Hello everyone. Today we are going to be making some dal and some naan bread completely from scratch. So this is kind of a vegetarian-esque recipe, although I do believe I'll be using chicken stock because that's what I have available and I like to use what I have available instead of, buying new things all the time. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to get started with the naan bread first. Let's get to it. First things first, we are going to be making the naan dough. What we need to do is, let's just get some ingredients. There's actually not too much involved with naan. Water, yeast, flour, the sugar, this and that. But yeah, let's get our stuff. So we've got basically all our ingredients here: yeast, flour, sugar, and some ghee. And we're going to start off by, we need 1 cup of warm water. So 1 cup of warm water. We're just going to use this plastic thing, I think. Then we are going to add in 1.5 teaspoons of yeast and 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. There we go. So just mix this so the yeast is dissolved, and then we just leave this for 10 minutes till it gets kind of frothy. Alright, that should be good. And we'll just leave that for 10 minutes. While we're letting that froth up, we are just going to make our kind of dry mixture, which is just flour and some salt. Easy peasy. We are going to do 3 cups of flour. Then we are going to add in a teaspoon of salt. That should be good. I'm just going to whisk this together. It says to actually run it through a fine sieve, but I don't know if that's necessary. Maybe. Now we're just waiting for our yeast to froth up. So we're just going to be, I think slowly just adding in the water is always the way to go. We'll just start off with using a fork for now. Actually, you know what? We'll just use our fingers. Good as the fork is, it's just not that good. I don't know if we need any more liquid. It's kind of shaggy. The flour on hand in case we do need it, which I think we might. Maybe we just won't use the rest of this liquid. We add a bit more flour. We add in 3 tablespoons of ghee, which is just clarified butter. Alright, and now we mix some more. Mix some more. Mix some more. And now we'll just flour work surface a little bit. And now we just knead until it's smooth and elastic. Just like how we usually do dough. Basically, that's the goal. It's just to get it similar to other dough. All doughs are pretty much the same. Just a few different ingredients, a few different ratios, but generally all the same. Alright, so it's kind of elastic and kind of smooth looking. So we're just gonna chuck it into a bowl. I mean, it's not super smooth, but it's the dough what we want. Chuck a few drops of oil into this bowl, like so. And then we chuck a damp towel over it. And now we just let it sit for 90 minutes, or basically double in size. I'm gonna chuck it into the oven with the light on. Yeah, last time we did bread, it took forever to raise and didn't really raise, but we shall see this time. So it's been in the oven for, basically an hour and a half. Let's see what it's looking like now. It's increased in size. I wouldn't say it's doubled, though. Maybe we'll give it another hour. Give it another hour, maybe? No, half an hour. I wonder if I didn't leave the yeast in the water to froth up enough. Because the last time I made a bread, it also did the same thing of taking a long time for it to proof. I think we're just gonna have to be happy with how this turned out. There's not much puffing up, but it did expand in size a little. Punch the dough down a little bit. Then we are just gonna knead it for another 10 or so minutes. And while we're doing this, we're gonna preheat the oven to 200 degrees. Alright, been kneading for a little while now. Divide this up equally into 8 balls. So I'm just going to do the halve approach. So I'm just going to halve it, and then we'll just halve it one more time. And then we get 8 balls, which should be roughly equal in size. Boom, there we go. With these balls, we are going to just, we want to roll them out into the shape, into like, no, I think circles, and then it says to make it into a teardrop, but I think we can just use our hands, because naans are kind of all over the place. And I think we're 1/2 inch thick. I don't really know how big it's thing, but I think that's good. That should be a good size, right? Looks kind of like naan as well. I think that's pretty good. Put some baking paper down on here. Just going to spray a bit of oil on both sides, just to help it be not as sticky. So maybe we'll do 2 at a time, I guess, like so. Look at that. And we'll put these underneath this, that, and we have a bit of ghee. It's hard enough to put it in the fridge. I don't know if that was. We're just gonna. Apparently, you're meant to, yeah, brush some ghee. I was saying maybe I should have left this out. Anyhow, so let's chuck it into the oven, and it doesn't actually say how long to put it in there for. So just until it gets kind of brown and gets a nice consistency. That's what we're going for. So yeah, I'll put a timer for like 10 minutes and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes. So what I need to do is I need to cook it till it's lightly brown and then flip it. So we need to flip it. I'd say that's a light brown. Oh, I think I cooked it. It's definitely cooked. Oh well, I mean, it's not soft like I imagined it would be. Maybe I cooked it too long. So that was 15 minutes, so maybe that was too long. And cover it. So that was a bit too hard. It's not as soft as I wanted it to be, unfortunately. So I'm going to keep going through. Basically, I'm just going to keep doing the same thing, and I'm going to figure out exactly how long to put it in for. 50 minutes I think might be too long, so it's a bit too cooked. But yeah, that's basically, I'm just going to be cooking the rest of these, and I'll get back to you on the results. Alright, so we have just finished cooking all our naan, and this is what we have. So, some pretty decent ones. They got the kind of right bit of like fluffiness to them, which is kind of what I wanted. But I think, yeah, it's very hard to get, and they're hot still. Some of these bottom ones are a bit better. But yeah, like, that's not too bad. I think the kind of good markers, and I'm not sure if flipping them is actually a good idea. I flipped all of these, but I'm not sure if I liked doing that, to be honest. But I think around the 5 to 7 minute mark in total cooking time is perfect for at 200 degrees. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if flipping them was right, but yeah, there we go. We have some naan, and I will just heat these up in the microwave for when I need to use them. So that's how you make some naan. I think I've still got a lot to learn, but I think, you know, every time you try something new, you get better at it. Next stop, making the dal. Let's get started and make the dal. So first things first is we have to prep our ingredients. So let's get out the ingredients we need to prep. So what we need to prep is 1 onion, some turmeric, some ginger, garlic, chili. Yeah, that's about all we need to really prep at the moment. So yeah, we're just going to use this recipe, and we're going to do half suts because I don't have enough stock, and I don't think I have a pot big enough for 2 liters of vegetable stock. And hopefully my chicken stock, which I'm going to be using instead, because that's what I have available, will be fine. We need about ginger, we need a couple cloves of garlic, we've got the onion here, and a small amount of turmeric as well. We will start by just peeling the ginger. Spoon method is the best way to peel ginger, is using the spoon. And I think we'll just grate it in. Same with the turmeric, so this is the turmeric. But basically the aim to start off with is to get all our spices tempered and kind of mixed in, because that's what makes it tasty as fuck curries. So there's our grated ginger. Now I'll grate some turmeric. Alright, so there's our grated ginger and turmeric. Now we shall cut up our garlic and our onion. We'll grate the garlic as well, and might as well. Alright, so we got our garlic, our turmeric and our ginger sorted. Next up is our onion. I mean, I haven't even started frying up the spices and all the onion, and it's always smelling good. The power of these vegetables or aromatics or whatever you want to call them is quite palpable. The ginger, the turmeric, the onion, the garlic, anything that has this is bound to be super tasty. Alright, that's things cut up. I guess we can do our chili as well. Alright, that's all our stuff prepped. So that's that done. And while we are here in prepping, we're going to get our ground spices sorted as well. A couple of cardamoms, which we'll just smash up a little. Coriander seeds. 3 teaspoons of coriander seeds. Or 1.5, I guess. Another 1.5 tablespoons of cumin seeds. Cayenne pepper. Teaspoon of this. Cinnamon. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, so that's our spices, aromatics all sorted. And let's just get things, let's get the pot going. Now we just start cooking basically. And in half an hour, 40 minutes, we'll have some dal, hopefully. So yeah. Okay, so we have our pot here and we're just going to turn it on. Let's go for, grab a bit of oil. So never hurt anyone. Yeah, I'm not sure if I actually have a big enough bowl for everything. We shall see. We shall see how this goes. But let's just add in our ingredients. Yeah, I'm not sure if we've got a big enough pot. But we are just going to let this kind of soften up, cook a little. Smells pretty fucking good. So I think we're getting pretty close to where we can add in our spices now. They're kind of soft, a bit translucent, the onion now. So let's add in that. Get this smelling super good. I think the onions probably could have done a bit finer, but oh well. So we get this going for another couple minutes. Alright, so I think that's pretty good. We are going to add in our lentils. And we're going to add in our stock. Now the reason why I have the stock in a bowl like this is because I had to defrost it. Alright, it will all fit in. Cool. I wasn't too sure. Now we stir. So we want to try and get that stuff off the bottom as well. And also, add in some salt. Like so. So this is going to be interesting because we're using chicken stock. So now we just bring it up to a boil. Alright, now it's up to a boil. So we're just going to bring it down nice and low. Maybe 1. Just give it a nice stir. Just chuck the lid on and we just let that cook for 20 minutes. I'm going to have to keep an eye on this because in case it expands in size and it overflows, I'm a bit worried about that. But yeah, see you in 20 minutes. Alright, so it's been about 20 minutes. Let's see. It's got an interesting colour. So basically what we're trying to do is, at this point, is get our lentils to be tender and cooked. Let's just give it a little taste. They're tender. Alright. I think we're at a good place in consistency. It is a little bit liquidy, but it's filled with lentils now. So let's turn that off. Let's scoop some of our dal into a bowl and let's give it a taste test, shall we, with our naan. Alright, let's have a little taste, shall we? So, naan is good, as expected. Alright, let's try some of this dal. Pretty good. Lentils are cooked. So much flavour. Boy, so much flavour. Bit of heat to it, bit of spice. Texture's not too, and pretty good. So much flavour though. A lot of flavour. From the spices, the ginger, the onion, the garlic. All those extra spices I put in as well. Really good. The recipes, and a lot of the recipes do have like yogurt added to it, which I skipped. But I think it is kind of necessary to get that bit more creaminess going to the dal, because it's kind of a bit liquidy and a bit watery. So I think just an extra thing to add to it, which will enhance it so much more. Definitely necessary, I think. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. The flavors are just so good. It's just hearty. It's perfect for like a winter's day. It's just a bit of spice, and then a bit of heat, warmth, a bit of everything. And it's vegetarian if you actually use vegetarian stock. Or maybe even water will work, I'm not sure, but quite good. And it makes quite a bit as well. So it's definitely, it can be used for a few meals. Add with the naan bread, you got a solid, nice meal right there. But yeah, thank you all for watching through this video. Yeah, like, subscribe, follow, comment down if you have any recipes, any food you'd like me to try and make, or try and learn to make. And yeah, thank you all so much, and peace out.